everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I am going to be unboxing and reviewing the 4K transfers for my latest Arrow video pickups. Now in this video I'm only going to be featuring two titles, but you know what, I was that impressed by them that I felt it was only right to stop by and share them with you, and that's exactly what I'm going to deliver with this video. So with that said, I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to be showing the first title that I thought I actually missed out on. Thankfully it worked out in the end, and it is Deep Blue Sea. Now before I do anything, I just want to throw a big shout out to my good friend Steve Court for making me aware of this title. So what happened was I had it pre-ordered on Amazon UK for like a month, and of course when it came to its release date I got an email from them saying it was cancelled. Now that is the third Arrow video title that I pre-ordered from Amazon, and they ended up getting cancelled. So I wouldn't recommend using Amazon when it comes to getting Arrow video titles. I would recommend getting them directly off their website, and that's exactly what I done. But unfortunately when I went on, this was sold out. So I was talking to Steve, I was telling him how pissed off I was that Amazon cancelled my order. And around 3 days later, Steve contacted me saying that Arrow Video sent him an email. They were back in stock. As soon as Steve told me, I went straight onto their website and I managed to get hold of one. So a huge thank you, Steve, for all your help. If it wasn't for you, chances are I wouldn't be sitting here holding this now. So I really do appreciate your help, my friend. So it goes without saying, folks, I will take us around this release now in a few minutes. I just want to share my thoughts on the movie and, of course, its 4K transfer. So the unboxing will be coming now very, very soon. So I spoke about Deep Blue Sea numerous times on my channel. I used to tell people that I thought it was the greatest shark movie since Jaws 2. But after watching it a couple of nights ago with Ellen, I came to the realization that it's probably the greatest shark movie since Jaws. So yes, I'm going to put it ahead of Jaws 2. There's something very intriguing when it comes to the concept of this movie. 3 smart sharks slowly flooding this compound so they can get at their prey. Like I said, very intriguing. Unlike anything you've seen before in terms of a shark movie. And I had a blast revisiting this one. Not only that, but it has a wonderful cast, and the cast is developed enough for you to genuinely care for them as the events unfold. But there's one shout out I have to do is to LL Cool J, who plays Preach. He adds a lot of the comedy to this, and some of the dialogue that comes out of him I find hilarious, I really do. But the cast is fantastic, whether it's Thomas Jane, Saffron Burrows, and of course Samuel L. Jackson. So yes, a great cast, and all of them delivering when it comes to a performance. But the movie does have a bit of everything. You know, there's so much action to it, a lot of suspense, a lot of horror, and there is some incredibly shocking moments. One in particular, I'm not going to talk about it here. If you know, you know. And it goes without saying, if you love your shark movies, you really need to check out Deep Blue Sea. I think you'll be massively impressed with it. Now, when it comes to the 4K transfer on this one, it looks fantastic. No surprise there, it being an Arrow video release. They are great when it comes to their restorations, and this one is one of their best efforts. The grain structure is very healthy on this one, very consistent as well. What more can you ask for? The implementation of Dolby Vision once again is a game changer here, folks. So yes, colours have a deeper look to them, but a very natural look as well. It looks beautiful, it really does. You're going to have few issues with it. Now, the image is sharp. It really is sharp. There's just so much fine detail as well to marvel at. And it is on the usual suspects, whether it's clothing and textures, facial details. Particularly when you see those close-ups of the faces, it just reveals so much detail. And speaking of those facial details, the colour tones in particular look very healthy. Because sometimes I find that, you know, skin tones can look a bit too bronzy looking at times. Sometimes they can look a bit kind of warm. But no, again, that word natural comes to mind. The black levels on this one look insanely deep at times, and then of course you get that increased shadow detail. Now bear in mind, folks, the CGI in this one is quite poor, but it was always poor even back in the day. And if anything, it looks worse now because the 4K transfer is almost shining a light on them. So you're going to have to brace yourself when it comes to those CGI scenes. But it adds a certain element of charm to this movie as well. But when you see a lot of the practical side of it, in terms of the sharks, like I said, the 4K just handles it perfectly. It's a wonderful, absolutely wonderful 4K transfer, and I think you are going to be massively impressed by it. Now, it also comes with a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Now, Stephen told me that the first initial attack, the scene with the helicopter crashing into the compound, he said, brace yourself for that scene. It gets very loud. And he is absolutely spot on. It's unbelievably loud. But thankfully, there is control in all of that carnage. Particularly when you hear the separation when it comes to your speakers. Very, very tastefully handled. But I've always said it when it comes to Dolby Atmos, when it's handled right, it can elevate a movie, and you're getting a lot of that in Deep Blue Sea. The way that the higher channels are utilised, I thought was fantastic. Two scenes stood out for me. There's a bit now where a woman is firing a flare gun, and the way that the flares just kind of seamlessly hover above your head is a pretty cool effect. But another scene in particular is the bit with the elevator shaft is slowly flooding, and above them is a lot of flames and debris is falling down, and the way that the debris seamlessly falls from the higher channels into your rear channels, it is very convincing, and it elevates that scene. So yes, like I said, Atmos, when it's handled right, it can add so much to a movie, and thankfully Deep Blue Sea lends well to a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, because once that first initial attack happens and the compound is slowly sinking, you're always reminded when it comes to your rear channels that this compound is in trouble. You can almost hear like metal twisting in the background. There's always something going on. You can hear flooding, everything. It's a wonderful, absolutely wonderful Atmos soundtrack on this one, with a plenty of low end bass, and it is going to shake the room out of it. All in all, I think you're going to have few issues when it comes to its 4K transfer and its Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Right, so with that said, I'm going to take you around this release and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Right, so here we go, Deep Blue Sea. So as you can see, we've gotten newly commissioned artwork, and I'm not going to lie, it's not the best bit of artwork I've seen from Arrow Video. So up top it says, bigger, smarter, faster, meaner. Yeah, I think that perfectly sums up Deep Blue Sea. And then of course you got the title, and of course a woman there as well. And you got the shark down below. So yes, not the best bit of artwork I've seen from Arrow Video. And the rating there is actually part of the slip box, unfortunately. So that is the main artwork. I'm just going to take us to the spine of it. And I'm presuming it's going to be the exact same on the other side, which it is. And right around to the back. So I actually forgot to talk about this during the start of the video, but as you can see, it being Arrow Video, there is quite a lot of special features, and I am really looking forward to going through all of them. Actually, I'll take it in close, and if you just want to pause the image there just to check them out, by all means do so. So yeah, you got the synopsis on top and then all your kind of technical information down below. So that is the slipcover for this release. So I will remove it. And as you can see, it's the exact same artwork. So I'm not going to spend any time with it, if I'm completely honest. It does come in a nice hard rigid box, I will say that. But it's the exact same on the spine. But at least the back artwork is different. And as you can see, it's just a bit more of the shark. You got a couple of bubbles there coming out as well. So yeah, I don't know. I've seen a hell of a lot better from Arrow Video in terms of artwork. So that is the hard box. So I'm going to open it up and we're going to have a look at the contents. So this is the booklet that you get. And it's actually there's quite a lot of pages in this one. You also got that kind of blood splatter there as well. And right around to the back, there's just a bit more blood on it. So if you're familiar with Arrow Video, you know yourselves when it comes to the booklet, you get about a bit of information about the presentation. And then of course the rest of it is you got some storyboards there, which is nice to see. There you go. And then when you kind of go through all of that, you will get a write-up of the movie itself. I think there's some behind-the-scenes pictures there as well, which is always good to see. So yeah, you get a bit of everything. So there you have it. Again, I don't want to spend too much time with it. But that's the booklet you get with it. You've also got a double-sided poster. And I'm not going to be able to get this into frame, no surprise there. But I should be able to give you an idea of what it's all about. So this is the artwork that I have on the the Blu-ray release, I think it is, or it might be the DVD, I can't quite remember. But I think that is the original poster artwork for Deep Blue Sea. And then when you turn it around to the other side, you get the artwork that's on the Blu-ray. Now, I actually think that this poster this artwork looks better than the main artwork they used on this box, and they probably should have stuck with this. So, there you have it. That is the other side of the poster. I really do like that one. So, again, apologies that I can't get that into frame, but I think he's got a good idea of what it's all about. And this is the Blu-ray that you get, and as you can see, it is that same artwork that was on the poster. You'll notice that the syringe is there. You can sort of see the test tube. What else you got there? I think there's like a floppy disk. So yeah, there's quite a bit there in terms of the artwork. Of course, you got the shark itself, all the blood as well. So that is the main artwork. There is reversible on it, and it is the original poster artwork that you've seen on the poster. So there's no need for me to turn it around for you. So that's the spine, and once again, this is the back. So it's the same that you've seen on the actual slip box. So as you can see, this is only a 4K release, no Blu-ray with it. And there's a couple of cards here as well, which I'll show you now in a second. So that is the Blu-ray. So all that's left to show you is the cards. You get an upcoming title that you always get with the Arrow releases, and then a couple of simple cards, simple stills, 3 of them all together. And then on the backs of them, you have a couple of bloody fingerprints and just a line there as well. So I'll just quickly show it to you. And this is the third one. Come in, the water's great. So yes, I do like the touches on the backs of the cards. The rest, yeah, simple stills. So that is everything when it comes to this release of Deep Blue Sea. So I just want to do a quick recap where you get the Blu-ray, you get the double-sided poster, your booklet, your postcards there as well, and then of course the hard rigid box and the slipcover itself. Not one of Arrow Video's best releases in terms of artwork, but I still do like it. Right, so moving on to the last 4K title that I'm going to be featuring in this video, and it is The Long Kiss Goodnight. So yes, another Renny Harlin movie, and it's great to see Arrow Video showing so much love towards Renny Harlin, and rightfully so. I think he's a wonderful director. Now this one was a real blast from the past. I cannot remember the last time me and Ellen seen this one, so when we checked it out a couple of nights ago, we had a wonderful time with it. It's a real over-the-top 90s action movie, and I really mean over-the-top. There's scenes in it, there's actually a scene in it where Samuel L. Jackson and Gina Davis, someone throws a grenade at them, and I'm not kidding you, when this grenade goes off, it actually blows an entire floor of a building. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of over-the-top. But if you're not particularly aware of the premise of The Long Kiss Goodnight, like I said, it stars Gina Davis. She's a school teacher who lives a very normal life. She has amnesia. As the events unfold during this movie, her memory starts coming back, and she finds out that she used to be a government agent. Now, I have to tell you, when you see the Gina Davis at the start of this movie, and you see what she becomes come the ending of it, it really is a night and day difference. And I think she done a wonderful job in this role, even though I have to admit, when the movie started, I told Ellen that she's not one of my kind of go-to actresses. Not that she's a bad actress, I just don't find that she's very memorable in certain roles. But when you see her in this, there is definitely an action star in the making there. And I think she excelled in this role. Now, it's written by Shane Black. It's also produced by him. So expect that kind of witty dialogue that you come to expect from Shane Black. And Samuel L. Jackson delivers that dialogue with absolute ease. This movie is made for Samuel L. Jackson. Hands down, probably the most reliable actor out there. I can't think of many bad movies from Samuel L. Jackson. And this one, he excels in. He really does. He is so unbelievably funny, and you're going to get a lot from his character in this one. So it goes without saying, if you haven't checked out The Long Kiss Goodnight, and you do love your 90s action movies, I think you're going to get a lot from this one. It did bomb, and it bombed hard at the box office, but I think over time it's starting to find an audience, and rightfully so. And it's because of Arrow Video and giving us releases like this that kind of really helps when it comes to that kind of cult following. So all the credit in the world for Arrow for this release. Now, when it comes to the 4K restoration on this one, it looks fantastic. As a matter of fact, I would nearly go as far as to say that it looks better than Deep Blue Sea, if you can imagine that, especially when you consider how good that movie looks. The grain structure on this one, for the most part, is consistent, even though it did fluctuate once or twice in them low-lit interior shots, where the grain just looked a little bit heavier. To be honest, you probably won't even notice it, and I don't even know why I'm talking about it now that I think of it. But the implementation of Dolby Vision on this one looks incredible. The colour red is really going to stand out for you. Just look at the scene where Geena Davis crashes the car at the start of the movie. Look at the blood on her face. The blood has this kind of, it's almost like this crimson red look to it. The colours are insanely deep. There's even a bit now where she's wearing a red jacket. And wow, it really stands out from any other colour that you're going to see. So yes, brace yourself for a lot of the reds that you're going to see on this one. But the image is so incredibly sharp. There is some amazing fine detail to be seen as well. It can be a very dark movie at times, so naturally you do want those deep blacks. You get it in abundance with this release, and no sign of crushing going on whatsoever. Not only that, but the movie does have this kind of snowy environment, and I can get sometimes concerned with that, because you can get a lot of blooming going on with those whites. Thankfully, all of it has been tastefully handled on this release. The image has an element of depth to it. It really does. It's very impressive. And the movie has no business looking as good as it does. But again, it's just a testament to Arrow Video and the job they have done with this restoration. It really does look amazing. And it literally breathes new life into this movie. Now, when it comes to the audio side, you do get a Dolby Atmos soundtrack on this one, and you have to give credit for Arrow Video for taking the extra step and giving us Dolby Atmos. It's a good, active mix. Not as good as Deep Blue Sea, but take nothing away from it. I think you're going to be massively impressed with it. Gunshots in particular, there's a nice impact to them, like this nice punch that you get in terms of gunshots. There is some amazing low-end bass as well, particularly when you hear the explosions throughout this movie, and trust me, there is quite a lot of them, and they are room shaking at times. So yes, I think you're going to massively appreciate a lot of that low-end bass. But it is on those heavier action set pieces that you're really going to appreciate everything that Atmos has to offer. Even the way that the higher channels that are utilised, again, very tastefully done. One scene in particular at the end of it with the helicopter. And again, the way it kind of just hovers above your head is very, very convincing. It's a wonderful, absolutely wonderful Dolby Atmos soundtrack in this one, and it's very fitting to when you consider how good the 4K transfer looks on it. So all in all, again, all the credit has to go to Arrow Video for putting in so much work when it comes to this release, and you can see it with every single frame of this movie. So thank you so much, Arrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us around this release, and I'm going to give you a quick look at it, and then I'm going to wrap up this video. So yes, here we go, The Long Kiss Goodnight. Right, so finally onto The Long Kiss Goodnight. So once again, you get newly commissioned artwork on this one. As you can see, you got the back of Geena Davis, her holding the gun. You'll also see the bridge as well, the explosion in the middle, and the helicopter above it. And I'm not going to say anything more about it, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But then you'll also notice the lights up here as well, specifically here. So they are Christmas lights, and yes, the movie is held at Christmas. And then of course, the rating there is part of the slipcover. It can't be removed. So not the greatest bit of artwork that I've seen when it comes to Arrow Video, much similar to Deep Blue Sea, but I still like it. It's quite decent. So that's the main artwork. Then I'll show you the spine of it, and the spine should be the exact same on the opposite side, which it is indeed. And what I'll do is I'm going to take us around to the back, and I'll bring you in close to have a look at all of those special features. So if you want to pause it, by all means do so. There is quite a few there, and whenever I have a bit of time I'm going to look forward to getting through all of that. And then of course you got the synopsis on top, and that is all your technical information down below. And as you can see, the Blu-ray in here is Region B lock, so just bear that in mind. So that is the J card that you get on this one. So I'm going to take it off. And there is reversible artwork. It's the same artwork on the slipcover. So I have reversed it. And I think this must be the original poster artwork, the American poster artwork, because the reason why I'm saying that, I have the movie on DVD and Blu-ray, and that is definitely not the artwork that you get with it. I've never actually seen that before. So again, I'm presuming it is the American artwork. So that is the main cover artwork for it. And then I'll show you the spine of this one. And right around to the back. And as you can see, it's the exact same as the slipcover, only for the colour scheme is different. So I will open it up, and you are greeted to your Blu-ray disc, Amnesia Chick. And then this is the other disc, and as you can see, they are very, very different, which is always good to see. And then you have a couple of goodies here, which I'm going to show you now in a second. So yes, that is the 2 discs that you get in the Amaray. So, right, that'll take me on to the booklet that you have here. And as you can see, there's quite a bit going on in terms of the booklet. You kind of got the gun there, you got a few bullets, the lipstick, the knife, world's best mom. As you can see, the key there as well. That plays a role in this movie. And then, of course, the Christmas baubles. So a lot going on in terms of this booklet, the artwork. And then right around to the back, you just got a simple still from the movie with Gina Davis and Samuel Jackson. So once again, right at the back of the book, it will talk about the presentation. And then the rest of it is just a simple write-up covering a little bit of everything. And then you've got 1 or 2 stills in there as well. So I've kind of forgot about Brian Cox in this movie. He's not in it that long, but he's quite good in it when he is there. So that is the book. And you've also got this small little sticker. And as you can see, it says skating prohibited, thin ice. Again, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what that's all about. So yeah, simple little sticker. You've got an upcoming title, which is Critters. I still need to pick that up. And you get one last card. And as you can see, it's Samuel Jackson, him holding the axe. Just look at that suit that he's wearing. Unbelievable. But it's the back of the card that I do love. And you know Samuel Jackson, of course, they were going to put on Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. So that's a very nice touch. I like that. And that is everything when it comes to this release of The Long Kiss Goodnight. Right, so there you have it, folks. That is the 2 titles that I'm going to be featuring in this video. And as you can see, I couldn't be happier with how it's turned out. 2 amazing 4K transfers with equally impressive Dolby Atmos soundtracks. And if you are fans of these movies, I highly recommend looking into these releases. I think you'll be very impressed with them. So with that said, I'm going to let you go. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could do, leave a comment down below. And please do share your thoughts on these movies and what you think of these releases of them. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.